One of the parts of my work is that I teach this undergraduate relationship and sexuality education course at Northwestern University, which I've been doing for longer than I've been a parent and almost as long as I've been a wife. So this spring will be our 24th, my 24th teaching of this class called Marriage 101. And on the first day, I offer a working definition of love and the way that we're going to be, we really focus in the course on intimate partnership and cultivating love in that relationship. And so the definition I have been using for 24 years and will keep using for the next, God willing, 24 years is one that I got from Bell Hook's beautiful book, which is called All About Love. And she got her definition of love from one of the original self-help writers named M. Scott Peck. And he said back in the 1970s.
A Road Less Traveled, right?
Was he That's right.
Yes.
Oh my God! Can't you see? I can see the cover of it. It sat on my mom's nightstand when I was
Bell
a kid.
Hooks, I know, and I first got exposed to Bell Hooks when I was like 14 or 15, and I tend to write in lowercase, and I know that there was that influence from her. Like I tend to be a lowercase writer.
Yeah, she just put her little imprint on your soul, her huge imprint on your soul when you were
absolutely. To which one of my
young.
friends, this is a joke, moms, so you can cover your little one's ears. But one of my friends actually said when I sent an email at one point many years ago in all lowercase, and he said, "Aviva, please, the punctuation. It's the difference between helping your Uncle Jack off his horse or your Uncle Jack off his horse." And I was like.
That is so funny.
Okay.
That's great.
But back to Bell Hooks and love.
So what Bell said is that M. Scott Peck, she read in The Road Less Traveled, that love is an ongoing commitment to someone else's spiritual evolution and growth.
That's beautiful.
And
it really phrases love as helping someone else rather than filling something just in ourselves. I love that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And if if you and I are in a relationship and I'm really here to support your spiritual growth and you're here to support my spiritual growth, then we both get our needs met, but we do that in a more expansive, abundant way rather than a kind of checklist comparison, what have you done for me lately kind of a way.
I love that. And so one of the things that you talk about in your book, and kind of this new book, Love Every Day, is really dedicated to, is this idea that we have to practice love every day. Mm-hmm. We have to practice it. And I feel like almost on an embodied level, that really lands for me. Intuitively, it really lands for me. But I want to hear your share on this because it's really big. What does that mean? We have to practice love every day.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the thing that it does is it moves us away from some perfectionistic idea. So the first thing about the first element of practicing love every day is that we get to have another at-bat tomorrow. If I don't feel like I've shown up the way that I really wanted to with my husband today, I get, God willing, an at-bat the next day, and that we can refine. One of the Love Every Day is a book of a year's worth of kind of musings and meditations and practices about love. And so one of the entries, I have no idea what date it was on, is about just asking for a redo, because how often do we speak before we think, or how often do we speak from a place that is triggered rather than grounded? And so part of that practice of love every day is being willing to practice, to say, I didn't like how I did that. Can I try it again? Can we circle back to that? So I think one part of it is moving us away from this idea that we have to get it right all the time. Otherwise, we are inadequate as a partner, or that our partner has to get it right every time for them to be an adequate partner. So that's part of it. And then part of it, I think, is this idea, and the Gottmans, who are really treasured marital relationship researchers, they are the ones that found that it's the small things, the little things, the how we talk to each other, the little kind of micro granular elements of communication and connection that matter. And I think that is so helpful because it runs counter to the fairy tales we grow up with. That is, love love is made manifest in the sweeping gestures and the big moments. And I don't know how long you've been married, but I know that I love when my husband plans something really grand for us. I love that. But I also know that there's too much space between those to try to ride that high for too long or to try to capture an entire relationship in those moments. And so that practice is the reminder that the little things, the in-between moments matter. They count, and they end up either facilitating and fueling connection or creating the conditions for disengagement.